Dr. Zixthera's four eyes blinked in rapid succession as she reviewed the data for the 100th time. The crystalline tablet in her elongated fingers displayed readings that defied everything the Galactic Scientific Consortium knew about biological pain thresholds. Across the sterile laboratory aboard Research Station Omega-7, her colleagues from 17 different species huddled around their own workstations, their various appendages trembling with what could only be described as existential dread. "The human subject is still conscious," reported Dr. Kelnock, his insectoid mandibles clicking nervously. "Neural activity remains at 94%, baseline despite exposure levels that would have killed any known sentient species 3 cycles ago." The human in question, a volunteer named Marcus Chen from the recently contacted Sol system, sat calmly in the testing chamber. Electrodes monitored his vital signs while carefully calibrated pain inducers subjected him to stimuli that had reduced seasoned Korthak warriors to catatonic states within minutes. Yet Chen appeared to be humming. "Perhaps our instruments are malfunctioning," suggested Dr. Vorthak, her tentacles coiling anxiously around her datapad. "No biological entity can withstand Class 7 neural disruption and maintain cognitive function." Zixthera's translator implant crackled as Chen's voice came through the intercom. "Hey Doc, this is pretty intense, but I'm curious, what's the upper limit on this thing? I did a triathlon last month, and the wall I hit at mile 20 was probably worse than this." The assembled scientists exchanged glances that transcended species barriers. Fear was universal, it seemed. "Increase to Class 8, Zixthera commanded, though her voice wavered. No creature in recorded galactic history had survived Class 8 exposure. The energy output was equivalent to having every pain receptor in one's body activated simultaneously while being struck by lightning. Chen's vitals spiked momentarily, then stabilized. Through the observation window, they watched him close his eyes and regulate his breathing. "Oh, that's definitely a step up," he said conversationally. "Reminds me of when I dislocated my shoulder during rugby practice but had to finish the game anyway." "Coach said walking it off builds character." Dr. Kelnock's compound eyes dilated in horror. "Walking it off? He speaks of voluntary continuation of severe tissue damage as if it were routine?" The implications began to dawn on the research team. Humans didn't just endure pain, they cultivated it. They sought it out. They built entire recreational activities around it. "Computer, access the human cultural database," Zixthera ordered with growing unease. The holographic display filled with images that made the alien scientist recoil. Humans running 26-mile marathons for entertainment. Humans deliberately lifting heavy objects until their muscles failed. Humans jumping from perfectly functional aircraft for pleasure. Humans injecting themselves with permanent skin modifications using primitive needle technology. "They call it no pain, no gain," the computer reported in its neutral tone. Dr. Vorthak's tentacles went completely slack. "They have a philosophy celebrating pain as a path to improvement?" The data kept coming. Humans walking on beds of hot coals. Humans sitting in scalding water chambers called saunas. Humans consuming chemical compounds that triggered pain responses in their mouths for flavor enhancement. Humans had even developed something called extreme sports, activities specifically designed to maximize danger and discomfort. "Increase to Class 9, Chen's voice interrupted their growing panic. "I'm starting to understand why my wife says I have a high pain tolerance. This is actually helping me process some emotional stuff I've been dealing with since Dad passed. Pain really does put things in perspective." Class 9 exposure was theoretical. The equipment wasn't even rated for safe operation at those levels. Yet there sat Marcus Chen, using galactic torture technology as makeshift therapy. "This is impossible," whispered Dr. Zixthera. "Pain is the universe's warning system. It prevents organisms from destroying themselves. How did humans evolve beyond this basic biological imperative?" The answer came from Chen himself during the post-test interview. "Pain is just information," he explained, casually stretching muscles that should have been completely non-functional. "It tells you something's happening, but it doesn't control you unless you let it. My grandmother used to say that pain is just weakness leaving the body, though she also used to make us walk uphill both ways to school. So take that with a grain of salt." The research team compiled their findings with trembling appendages. They had intended to study pain tolerance across species to develop better medical protocols. Instead, they had discovered that humans were essentially biological impossibilities, creatures who had weaponized their own suffering. Within a solar cycle, the report had reached every corner of the galaxy. The Korthak Empire, known for their warrior culture, immediately declared humans to be unconscionably dangerous and closed their borders to all Sol system traffic. The peaceful Zentharian Republic issued a formal statement expressing their deep concern for any species that views agony as character building. The greatest shock came when the report reached the Void Hunters, a species so feared that most civilizations paid tribute rather than face them in battle. Their response was a single terrifying message broadcast across all known frequencies. We have reconsidered our expansion into Sector 7. The humans may keep it. Back on Earth, Marcus Chen returned to his job as a middle school teacher, completely unaware that his casual chat with some alien scientists had fundamentally altered the balance of galactic power. When his students complained about pop quizzes being unfair, he would just smile and remind them that a little discomfort builds character. In the depths of space, alien civilizations began developing new strategies for a universe where humans existed. Some focused on never encountering them. Others wondered if partnership might be preferable to conflict. All of them agreed on one thing. Any species that treated galactic torture devices as minor inconveniences was not to be underestimated. The galaxy had learned a valuable lesson about human nature, though they would have preferred to remain ignorant. Sometimes the most terrifying discoveries were the ones that revealed you weren't as tough as you thought you were.